This time I wasn't. I don't know why I'm so fascinated watching him do this with his hair. I don't get it. I don't get it. Lady Shy, what's going on? Ness, thank you for
Oh, my hair
joining.
tie.
Did you read the reviews before you? There's no reviews. I mean, no. I just it's a place that opened up near where I lived, and I just hopped in. I never read restaurant reviews though. I just go. What about you? What about you, chef? Do you read restaurant reviews or?
As a former restaurant manager, I read all restaurant reviews before I place an order from the restaurant. Now,
Interesting.
now I do know that those are not always accurate
Yeah.
because I used to get my favorite people who always came through who liked me, so I would get them to leave me a 5-star review every time.
Okay.
And only because, well, so I guess the service had to have been somewhat decent, right? If they even thought about doing it, you know what I'm saying? Because if you have a horrible service somewhere, you're not going to give them a 5-star, right?
Sure. 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 Yeah. Thank you, Kimberly. Yeah, I never do that. I never do that. I just want to go and just check it for myself, you know? I guess I paid this time, but I don't know. Honestly, I think it was just a really fluke thing. Like, again, I've been eating in all kinds of places in Japan for years, and most of the time you're fine.
See, and I'm a whole new me.
You are. You
Oh,
are.
wait, hold on.
Same Kim? Yeah. Ruth, what's going on, Ruth? How are you, darling? Hope you're doing very, very well.
Oh my God, we just went up to 350 people just now.
You got 350 people in your room now?
388, yeah, but nobody's tapping. So,
Fantastic.
can
How do
y'all
you
put
have
volume likes up? Run it up, y'all. Run it up, run it up.
how do you have 388 nobody's tapping?
I
How
got
is that?
I got 418 now, and it's
And
dropping.
nobody's tapping?
Nobody's tapping. I got
What?
167 likes.
That's
It's
hilarious.
unreal. It's
What is going
unreal.
on? Yes, I'm in Tokyo. Yes. Job.
Hey
You're so
Anna,
beautiful. Thank you, Job.
thank you for the taps. Y'all appreciate. Thank you. Now they tapping. Thank
Now they're
you.
tapping. Now they're
Yeah,
tapping.
thank
Okay,
you,
okay.
AJ. Y'all are beautiful people. Thank y'all, beautiful people.
I usually
Y'all make
just
sure
look.
y'all follow my man over here. He in Japan living his best life. Period.
I appreciate it, buddy. I
Y'all follow
appreciate it.
him. I will tell. Oh, thank you, boo. Yeah, he over here living his best life. No, I figured. No, I figured. He has good people over there. Always. Always has beautiful people.
Chef, let me ask you about celebrity crushes.
Oh,
Who has been or who is your celebrity crush now?
you know, I've had the same one for years.
Okay.
Channing Tatum.
Okay, interesting.
Channing Tatum.
Interesting.
And now,
Good
now it's
looking cat.
been Justin Bieber here lately too. I've added Justin Bieber because is he dating? There was a guy seen a picture with it. They're walking down the street and they were holding hands, but I don't know if they were just like if it was just like a random moment. Who was that guy that said Justin Bieber and so and so are now like a couple or now an item, something like that? I was like, I didn't know he was gay. Oh, but I'm proud. If
I
he
I,
is, I'm proud
I don't
to be on my team.
man, I have never heard anything about him being gay. I'm
Me
pretty sure
neither.
he's
So I see
heterosexual.
now. That's what I thought too. So I think so. He was holding hands with some and there's another famous person. I can't remember who it was, but they were holding hands, and I'm thinking the paparazzi just depicted that to be something that it wasn't. Because I haven't heard
Right,
it nowhere else.
right. Chiefs. Chiefs.
Who's married?
Um,
Who's married? Justin Bieber's married.
is he married now?
Somebody say he was married.
I've been here for 20 years. And the answer is the Chiefs.
You've been
Thank
where for?
you.
He say he been married. Who he married to?
Yeah, yeah, he's married. My
That's
people,
married.
my people are telling me he's married too.
Who he
Yeah,
married to?
yeah, yeah. Who is he married to? Who do you
Somebody
guys
stole
know?
my man.
Haley. He's married to Haley, whoever the fuck Haley is. I don't know.
Oh! I was on a live stream. Do you remember the Island Brothers?
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
I was on a
Island
live
Boy.
stream with his girlfriend, Kayla, and then
Okay.
the other guy who they kissed in that three-way. Remember there was all in that three-way and they kissed?
Yeah, I kind of heard a little bit about that. Like, I'm not too familiar with that, but yeah.
So he was in there, and I asked him and her. I was like, "So was that kiss like? Is that something that they do behind closed doors, or is that like a publicity stunt?" Publicity stunt. I said,
Yeah.
"Oh, I'll figure."
Again, I'm not too familiar with it, but what I got is it was just kind of like going for publicity. You know what I mean?
What's the dudes? I have to reload. Oh, okay,
Haley's.
AJ.
Yeah, guys. So I was just asking him about who his celebrity crush was or who it is, and we're
Who's
talking about
yours?
that. You know what? I've only ever had one celebrity crush, J Lo.
I knew it
J
was J Lo. I knew it.
Bro, with that when I was young, oh my god, I just thought she was just
Thank you
a
for the follow,
smoke show,
AJ.
and that's like my type. You know what I mean? That Latina look. Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So yeah.
So was it before or after the slip up?
After the slip up, I don't know. What do you mean? What do you mean by the slip up?
After the boob incident on the Super Bowl, was it before or after but you had a crush on her?
Boob Whoa, whoa, whoa! What do you mean? What boob instrument? What are you talking about?
Didn't J Lo didn't what's the name pull her boob up at Super Bowl?
That's Janet Jackson, man. That was
Oh,
that
I
was
thought that was J Lo for.
yeah. No, that was Justin Bieber and Janet Jackson. Yeah.
No, not Justin Bieber. That was Justin Bieber. Nuh-uh.
Sorry,
Justin Timberlake. Justin
Timberlake.
Timberlake.
Thank you. Yeah, Timberlake and Janet Jackson. Yeah. Why are you in Japan? Just curious. You kind of look military. I'm not military. I've just
He
been here
does
for a
look
long.
military. No. So I divorced him. He decided he couldn't take it in the US, so he had to move back over there. Yeah.
What's that?
Oh no.
What's
I was just saying I divorced him. He couldn't take it, so he had to move overseas. Yeah, it
That's
was a
right.
lot.
That's right. We had
I
a
had
bad
that
breakup,
touch.
guys. We had a bad breakup, and this is just how I'm
And you're
dealing
wearing
with
a green hoodie?
it.
I told y'all we are synced, okay? Ooh.
Great
Mm.
minds, great
Don't
minds,
let what's
guys.
his name see us up in here matching. Mm-mm.
Great. I love it. I love it.
He's funny. So I've been popping into his lives here and there.
Okay. Yeah,
Getting
Jarek's great.
Yeah.
Jarek's great. Yeah, yeah.
Been
He's
popping into his.
Jarek. He's got a lot of talent. Like he's very witty. He's very quick.
Mhm.
Yeah, very very talented guy.
Good
Yeah.
morning, fellas. What's better, United States
Thanks
or
for the.
well, I want to move from US. Not sure where. I've been wanting to move from the United States too, and so originally I wanted to move to Africa. Right. Here's why. Because I thought because I was African American, I had some kind of right to go back to Africa and get at least citizenship without having to apply. No, baby. I said, oh well, screw Africa. I'm going to the UK, baby. So the UK is my future goal. I've been saying it since I was 25 because I watched this porno. It was very amazing. I was like, oh, I gotta go to the UK. I watched a few of them from the UK. Did you say that?
Interesting. I've always found it really interesting. I was actually watching. Do you know the comedian Michael Blackson?
Yes,
You know
he's
that?
funny. The
Great, great.
African guy. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I was watching an interview with him fairly recently, and he was touching on kind of the subject of like how African Americans are viewed or treated in Africa, and like,
Yeah, the
and
hate.
I've heard other Africans or African Americans talk about this, and I always find it really kind of an interesting topic. I think it's in some ways, obviously, in some ways very different, but in some ways it's similar to, I think, like, for example, my background, my roots are British and Italian, and maybe I might have some image of, oh, if I go to Italy, I might be treated a certain way or looked upon a certain way, but it's quite different. And I don't
Right.
know. I just find that an interesting topic.
Well, so now that you speak on it, so I think that's why we have the issue with racism in the world today. I think it starts at home, right? It starts at
Okay.
home, and that was the initial cause for slave trade in the beginning was we didn't like each other, we wanted to sell each other out. And I think until we look at the root and what the problem is, which is the country itself and the people, and there's so much hate and there's so much, oh, I'm going to pull you down. You're not going to be better than me. Until we look at that and look at home, we will never accomplish anything as far as being treating everybody the same, fair across the board. And we could sit here and blame every other race, every other nationality all day long, but yet when we're giving each other up for a certain amount of money, it's it starts at home. And a lot of people don't like to talk about that because they're just trying to say, "Oh, well, you're whitewashed," or "You're no, 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 baby," because it started with the Spaniards.
Hmm.
Spaniards got a hold of us first, and then from Spain, Great Britain traded from Spain, and then they realized they can go to the source itself, so they went to Africa themselves and bought from Africa. So yeah, I think until we look at the home and fix Africa itself, it's gonna always be. So even now, there are people over there. They're all different nationalities that hate on each other. It's just the mentality over there. It's not necessarily the race of people. It's the mentality of the people that's there, and it's always been there.
Well, I think what so much of what you say is really interesting. Thank you, Sri Dewey. What I've learned, my friend, like from living in Asia for as long as I have and traveling the world, like I think we in North America, we're brought up in a society that kind of this idea is put into our mind that racism comes in this form and maybe from this usually from this group of people, and it's just not the way the world is. There's racism all over the
Everywhere.
planet
Hmm.
against everyone between all kinds of countries, and that it is
That's
very much
exactly
something that plagues
what I was.
humanity.
Yeah, no, it's humanity, and that's exactly what I was saying the other day. I was like, there are people, billions of people that sit at home and say racist shit all day long behind closed doors. They're just
Yeah.
not getting. I mean, I'm guilty of it. I'm guilty of saying some racist shit or classifying a group of people or stereotyping a group of people just because of their nationality or their race or heritage. I'm guilty of that. And, I don't, now I'm
Yep.
sorry that I'm doing online, but I'm guilty of it. So I think
Yep.
if
We all are. We all
Mhm,
are. For sure. And
yeah,
anybody who says they're not or they never are is full of shit.
it's full of
You
shit
know.
because
Yeah.
everybody has said something about the Asians, the Chinese, Japanese about the nails. That's racist too. For us to keep saying that they do nails is very racist.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. For
So I
sure.
know
Yeah.
everybody has definitely said something.
It's you know the comic Shane Gillis.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm a
No,
I'm a
no. Okay, no, I
huge.
don't. I'm sorry. I answered that question too damn quick. I have no idea who the hell you talking about.
Okay, well, okay, I love him. His name's Shane Gillis. I think he's one of the best comics going. But he's got this bit about racism in his stand up, and he says like he's like if somebody asks you or are you racist, it's like, well, no, I'm not. Like all the time, but he says he says, but it's kind of like being hungry. He's like, you're not always hungry until you get cut off in traffic by a cheeseburger.
Right. Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean. And I love that bit. I think that's so funny. Yeah.
No, that's
But it's
true.
true, man. It's like none of us are these pure, like, there's, especially nowadays, there's, because of this woke culture, there's so many people that want to virtue signal and act like they never have or never have had certain thoughts, and
Yeah,
it's bullshit.
yeah. You know what? What you just said makes so much sense, and I never thought about that way. You're not racist until you're put in a racist situation.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, no, that makes so much sense. That makes so much
yeah,
sense.
yeah.
Hmm. I'm
Go ahead. Sorry, what were you
oh
saying?
nothing. I was saying oh nothing.
I was just gonna say, like, it does all that stuff, like a lot of it too. I think, especially now with the media, we're all getting slammed with it,
Yeah.
and most of it is bullshit. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
the first time that you and I met, the only thing I thought is, hey, this is a cool guy. I enjoy talking to the dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
Mhm.
we're getting programmed now.
And
to
I'm not
hate
going to
our
tell
neighbor.
you I'm not going to tell you the first thing I thought when I saw you because I be banned. Anyway, but no, it's like we're programmed to hate but not speak it. Because like, for instance, Donald Trump, everybody gets in such a hard time. He only says what we're all thinking. He just says it on a public platform out loud where well the world can hear it. But you know what I'm saying? And I think they want it like that. They want you to have that mentality in you, but not express it out loud.
Yeah, yeah,
And I rather,
yeah.
and for me, I prefer a person that is racist up front and in my face. That way I know how to
Right.
deal with it, or says like that. That way I know how to come at them. I know how to tolerate them, know how to deal with them. Versus somebody that I don't know how they think. And I've always
Right.
said that, like, if you're bluntly
Thank
honest
you.
with me, and you're the worst person in the world, we could be friends.
Yeah.
But if you're the worst person in the world and I don't know, and you put on a
Mm.
fake facade, I don't want to be a friend.
Yeah, well, see, now you're talking something that I really can appreciate much more. Like, forget about racism and this, groups of people. Like, we're none of us are perfect. You know what I mean? Like, we all have our issues about us. You know what I mean? And um, we live in this society now where I think people are really getting um, what's the word I'm looking for? They're just really getting uh, um, prosecuted for not being perfect individuals, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Persecuted. Sorry, that's the word. Persecuted for not being perfect individuals.
Um, what is that dude's name from
Nana
that
Chan.
so Raven? The black guy's name from that's so as a Scorpio we have to know where others are coming from and have to. Yeah. What's his name? He was on that's so Raven. He played the her best friend.
I know the show, but I
He's
can't recall who that is. Yeah.
yeah. Well, Hollywood Orlando Brown. Thank you,
Okay.
Orlando Brown. So
Okay.
Hollywood really done a number on him, right? Does a number on a lot of people if you're not strong-willed and have a strong backbone to say no, or when to know what's too much, right? But if you listen to what he says, he's not perfect. He'll tell you he's not perfect. But what he
Right.
says is true. How is that we are monetizing everything in the world that we normally get for free? Water, monetize it. Trees, plants, food. Food comes for
Yeah.
free from the earth, but yet we
Yeah.
monetize it. We
Yeah.
monetize it. Like, and,
100%.
and he said,
Thank
save me. He said, water is free, yet we gotta pay for water. Like,
you. Yeah.
what in God's name are we doing? Like,
It's great. It's crazy.
but it's people like that who have that that knowledge, who have the intuition that what it should be or how something should be, but nobody's going to listen to him because the state of mind that he's in.
Yeah.
Now, some people are going to listen, be like, okay, he's on to something, but we're so quick to judge based on his appearance, based on his drug history and what he's been through, that we can't sit there and listen to what he has to say. And I think we miss a lot of good people like that, a lot of
Yep.
knowledge and information.
I agree. I couldn't agree more.
Grapes. Okay, period. But you know,
Chef, Veronica's asking, where are you from again, bud?
Florida.
Florida. Yeah. Yeah, he's from
Oh,
Florida.
and happy Black History Month to everybody in here, period.
Love it. Love it. Love it.
Oh,
Chef, I always love
artwork now.
who's that? Who is that?
Is that Madam Miss CJ Walker? I think what's his name? Oh, I can't think of his name. Ooh,
Okay.
but I got Michael Jackson in the front room. Prince is up there. No, Prince is over here. No, Stevie Wonder is over here. That's Stevie Wonder.
But I don't know why that picture just totally made me think of this. I don't know why. I gotta ask you before I go, what do you think about Andre 3000's new flute album?
I haven't heard it.
Okay. Okay. check it out, and
Okay.
it's sometime. And I'd love to get your feedback on it. I'm really curious
Okay.
what you think.
Because
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, like I've been entangled in this Nicki Minaj and Megan Thee Stallion beef going on.
Are
How do
they
you feel about
beefing? I
that?
had no idea. What's the deal?
Oh, you didn't
I
know?
love Nikki. I'm a huge Nikki fan, man.
Oh,
What's the beef about?
T
Wait,
Megan,
okay.
baby, T
Wait. We
Megan.
got to do one more battle with Chef because he's got to tell me
Yeah,
about this. I don't know anything about this. Okay. What's the
T
deal?
Megan, T Megan over here. Okay, y'all.
Oh, okay. Well, I
T
don't know the
Megan.
details. Okay,
Here's
feed me
why.
it. Feed me.
Okay,
Okay.
here's why. So Megan
Hey,
Thee
Luke.
Stallion put out her last album. It was Hiss, or the song Hiss, right? Really good song.
Right.
Really good song. She
Okay.
said some things in there that may have pertained to certain people. Now, she didn't put an address on it, but she did mention Megan's Law. Now, if you
Okay.
know anything about Nicki Minaj, her baby daddy is a pedo. So
Oh,
Megan's
geez.
Law pertains to him.
Okay.
So Nicki felt hit. So of course it took her 4 or 5 days to drop this sorry ass album. It gave very much so, it was very much so thrown together, very much so lazy, very much so a simple read down that had music put on the back of it. Okay, now it only got 4.2 million views, while Meg's got 9.5. She went after Meg, talked about her dead mother, talked about Tory Lanez not shooting her in the foot. Now,
Mm-hmm.
mind you,
Mm-hmm.
Nicki stayed up for 24 hours, or for however long it was, coked out, trying to make an album. The visuals were not there. She keeps calling her Bigfoot. So every read she gave her is one of the normal black typical stereotypes. Like the fact that she said she's a Bigfoot. Most black women are perceived to be big, mean, aggressive individuals, right? Okay.
Okay.
The fact that she said the fact that she mentioned her mother's death that's crossing the line. It crossed the line for me. I don't know, and I just think as the queen of rap, Nicki sits in a different spot than she does. She will always be
Okay.
the girl who opened up the doors for other girls to come in and rap off key and
Sure.
make millions.
Sure.
But
Sure.
I do think at some point, girl, you need to go over here and lay your ass down and lay down and
Sure.
leave the game upright. Leave the game good, like Lil Wayne did. Lil
Okay.
Wayne left the game and he left it on a positive note. She should do the same thing.
One of my boys, Kem, he's saying it was crazy. Nikki keeps yapping on Twitter, but Meg is just chill.
Yeah. And so Nicki says that Megan started it.
Hmm.
But Megan, I mean, Megan's been in her mess, but Megan didn't start this. Megan did
Okay.
not start it. So Nicki was upset because the original Nicki was upset because um of somebody who Megan had worked with or wanted to work with. Well, Megan don't care. If it's gonna make her a buck, she's gonna do it. She's gonna collaborate with different artists and different things. Nikki didn't like
Mhm.
that. Nikki didn't like that, had something to say.
Well, I gotta say, I don't necessarily support that either. I mean, you're just gonna collab with anybody for money? I mean, come on, like you gotta have.
So not necessarily anybody. Not necessarily anybody, because so the person she collaborated with had a beef with Nikki.
Mhm.
Cardi B. You know her and Cardi collaborated.
Yeah, yes, I do.
Nikki didn't like
Okay,
that. And
thanks,
Cardi
Ron.
B, I would definitely collab with Cardi B. Why not? She hot. She
Hmm.
ain't as hot as Nicki, no.
Hmm.
But she hot.
Yep, fair enough. I didn't know any of this. This is interesting. I'm gonna have to research this later. But I don't know, man. Like I had nothing against Megan at all, but I've always been a fan of Nicki Minaj. I love her hustle. You
Yeah.
know, I just love like the stuff that she's put out. Not all of it, you know, but a lot of the stuff she's put out is great, and I just admire what she's accomplished. You know.
She's made some moves, but the one thing I hate about Nikki is when she first got in the game, when she was rising, she had that, oh, I'm that bitch attitude, excuse my language, I'm that girl attitude. And it wasn't given at that time. So she got
Mhm.
upset at somebody who was on her team for having peanuts with water. Because there's certain peanuts and a certain water she has to have when she's in the studio, period. That's her. Right? I don't get
Okay.
it. That's her thing, right? So
Yeah.
somebody else on her team had brought their own peanuts and water. And
Okay.
Nikki blew up, tells him, no, you can't be here with that. I'm the only one allowed to have that, blah, blah, blah. You don't control peanuts and water. And if I want to bring me some peanuts and water, I'm going to bring me some peanuts and water. And that
I
I
never
lost
heard that.
respect
That's bizarre. Yeah.
for.
I
Mm-hmm.
don't know. All
But
right.
before she got
Anyway, but I'm gonna move on. But
okay.
I'll always love seeing you, buddy. Always love talking to you.
Thank you, Brian. You too. It was
Check out. What did I tell you? I asked, what did I tell him to check out? Does he remember? I asked him to check
I have
something
no
out.
idea. It was
I,
some album. It was some album.
what? Oh, the Andre 3000 flute
Andre
album.
2000.
Check it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna do that
All right. Bud.
today, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay, man.
All
Take
right.
care.
Then. Have a good one.
Bye bye.